13 fun projects. Welcome to M.A.G.G.I.E Art, my very first art challenge. I hope you're going to join me and I hope you're going to have a heap of fun. During the month you might learn some new techniques, or you might reacquaint yourself with some that you've forgotten about, and we just want to have a lot of fun and create something that's uniquely you in your art journal. Hello and welcome to day number 5, I think it is. 5. So it should be around about the 10th of May for you. So this is day 5 of my M.A.G.G.I.E art journaling mixed media fun challenge slash project for May. So my very first challenge that I've run on my own. You just interpret the prompts however you like, do them whenever you like. If you're busy during May and you're looking at this and it's into June, July or whenever, you can still do them. So today the prompt is I see the ocean. So I have already gessoed my page, and because that was pink paper, so I put a coat of gesso on it and I just wrote the prompt, scratched it into the gesso and did a bit of semic writing. Now I did also make a couple of gel prints that I thought I could incorporate into my project for today. That's right, I got together a few stencils that remind me of the ocean. So that one is sort of like, to me that looks like waves. And this one is like a similar pattern, just a bit smaller. So I'll probably use them. And then I've got this little circly one which makes good bubbles. I've also got these other bubble makers and a selection of blue and green paints to use. So acrylic paints. I have this lovely green colour which is called pale olive. I'm just going to put some blobs, actually. Blobs of colour all over my paper, all over my page. So what's been your favourite project that I've done so far? I know what mine is, and it's the one I did yesterday. I love this. It's so bright. My husband likes it. He thinks it's nice to see all the bright colours. Makes me happy. Okay, so that's pretty much got that paint spread all over. Looking a bit oceany, isn't it? But I think it needs something a bit lighter in there. Put some white here. I am going to just let it, if it wants to come out. Come on, come out, come out, come out, wherever you are. That's enough. This is why it won't come out. Okay, so if you're watching this and during the premiere, you can ask questions. See, the chat box is over on the right hand side. Maybe if you're, depending on the device you're using, might be underneath the video. But I'm there waiting to answer your questions. Or waiting to say hello. If you just want to pop in and say hello, that is fine. Don't be shy. Okay, you know what I'm going to do with that? I'm going to splash some water on it. Because that's going to make these, it's going to lift bits of paint off when I get my little cloth. Actually, I might use a piece of paper towel for that. It's raining today. I'm waiting for a parcel to turn up. And I'm worried that they won't drop it off because it's raining. And I'm here. Like, there's no reason for them not to. But I have had them not even try to deliver a parcel. The courier, once or twice. It's been raining. I just think they don't want to get out of their car. So, yeah, they just say, oh, you're going to have to come and pick it up at the depot. Just a pain in the backside. Okay, that's looking nice and watery, isn't it? Nice, I like this side. And I think it's because it was more splashy. This side was more of a misty. Let's see if I can splash some more. I'm going to let that sit for a moment. It's probably too dry, I think. Oh no, it's lifting it out. I think because it's a cooler day, I was saying it's wet, so there's a lot of humidity in the air. So the paint hasn't actually dried enough to be able to not come up. So we're looking nice and watery. And I will dry that off with the hairdryer. So I'll turn the camera off while I do that. And what I'm going to do before I dry it off is I'm going to do my border around it. So what I'm going to do with this is tear out some of the shapes, because there's... Actually, I wonder if I can break it with the paintbrush, water brush maybe, because it's tissue paper. I've got seashells and things on here. So I'm going to rip, sort of, and I'm going to put them into my background. Okay, so that's all dry now. I'm thinking of putting some of this this greeny coloured paint around the edges of this gel prints. Rather than gesso, you know, just to cover over the seams where everything's been joined in. Okay, so now I'm going to think about some of the stenciling. This stencil's been a little bit knocked around. I should get a sponge and apply that. But I've just seen this sitting on my desk and I thought what I might do before I do the stenciling is just, yeah, put a couple of these in. Okay, so I'm just going to use a bit of this packaging sponge, like foam I found it really useful previously. Yeah, I've managed to put that down in the paint. Good job. Well done. Wonder if I should dry that. I might just put a little bit of this over the side first. Just going to dunk the sponge in the white gesso. I don't know how that's going to work. It's not too bad, except for when that happens. I don't think it's working. It's okay, but I think I should have done it this way. I'll leave that, and I'll leave that, and I will go back to a brush and see how this goes instead. It's got some really loose bits in this stencil that don't go too well with something being rubbed backwards and forwards over it like that. So hold it down. I think that works better, doing it that way. And I'm wondering whether I should try and get that off. I think I will wipe it away with a baby wipe, because I'm really not liking it. Okay, never knew. You'd never know it was there, would you? Okay, so I'm going to leave that as it is, but I'll try and get some more swirls with this little stencil, which I think will probably work a bit better. And cut down the amount of paint that's on the sponge. One thing I don't like about this type of stencil is the straight lines where it ends, the border. After I'd finished going to town with that stenciling, I decided I didn't really like the swirly bits, so I rubbed a fair bit of it off with a baby wipe, and then I got some cobalt blue paint and a little brush and sort of went to town with a bit of mark making and edging some of that spirally work down the bottom. So I want to put some contrasting green in here, and I'm actually thinking that I'll put these little bubbles with the green. Yep, okay, I'm going to leave it to dry, or get the hairdryer out and give it a dry off, and then attack it with some black. Just a little bit of touching up with this pencil. So it's a Faber-Castell. It's a watercolor pencil. So if I dip it in water and draw on there, you can see the difference that it makes. It's really dark. So I might just go over the edge of all of these things. So I'll speed through that. I don't think you need to see all that happening. This is a Lumicolor pencil, so it's water resistant. I'm going to turn that around so I don't smudge it and do some outlining on this. And I think I'll try and outline some of these bits here, just a little bit. And that's my shell. A bit hard to see where that's going there, that pattern, but it's all right. I want to get rid of this, so I'm just going to put some Posca pen there. I feel like it needs some sort of focal point of some sort. I don't know what to put in there. Maybe if I just, this is going to ruin it all, fix it up, but I'm just going to draw some marks like this. So they're like waves. Yeah, can I go back the other way? Give it a try. I can't do it the other way around. I'll go back this way again. And these blue things, I want some white in there. So I'm going to see what this gel pen is going to look like in there. Oh yeah, that's alright. Just around the white bits. I don't want them to be neatly outlined. I like it to be rough and ready. I'm sort of quite liking it just as it is. Don't know that I want to put anything else on there. What have I got here? Maybe, yeah, just a little bit of, a little bit of pencil work here on these wavy lines. More like a shadow than anything, I guess. Just a little bit of mark making. Just in a few different places, not everywhere. if I dip that pencil in water and do that, you get the different effect. It stands out more. Okay, so I've got a white pencil, which is, what's this one? It's a white Stabilo. Just going to put some marks around here. And I'm holding the pencil at the end so that I don't have much control over it. It's doing its own thing really, and I'm just pushing it around, or pushing it or pulling it, depending on which way my stroke is going. And maybe some white Stabilo marks somewhere. I know where that's going to work. Oh yeah. Got a little bit, it's picked up a little bit of black off the, over here. Maybe some in there. This is a 4B Lumograph watercolor. What do you call it? Graphite pencil. Okay, just going to put some tiny little marks in. Let's do a couple that sort of look a little bit like fish. Just a little bit like fish. Not too much like them. Probably look a little bit more like tadpoles than a fish. So that pencil that I underlined these with before was a watercolor pencil. So this water brush is activating them, making them behave like watercolor. I've decided that I don't like this dark mark under here, so I'm going to use this baby wipe to knock that back. And I also would like those lines to my waves here to stand out a bit more. Oh, I have to be careful because I'm smudging these things down here. And that's watercolor pencil too, so. Alright, so I want something to go over those lines with, but I don't want it to be anything that's in your face, if you know what I mean. So, what about something like this colour? It's quite nice. It's called tropical blue. And I'm just going to dry brush it because I don't want it to get too wet. So I'm going to fast forward you through this. I'll come back when it's done and show you the difference it makes. Alright, I'm going to leave it the way it is. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you like it? I like the interpretation of it all looking very watery. And these circles look like bubbles. My waves. Got my odd bits and pieces, my wavy stenciling there, and my shell. Or shells that are all under there, but that big one is sort of visible. The only thing that I might do extra would be to go around some of these little things. Like here. I have to be careful because the paint's still a little bit wet, but maybe just go around this Posca's in the bin now. I'm sick of picking it up and it not working. I've got another one somewhere. Here we go. This one hasn't even been opened, so it should work. If it doesn't, I'll be wanting to know why. Okay. So if I was to draw around them like so, that'd be the only other thing that I would do to this. But other than that, it's finished. Finito. Alright, I'm leaving it. That's it. Okay, thanks for watching. Leave me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. And I'll see you for the next one, which is music to my eyes. Okay. Till next time, happy crafting, happy creating. Hugs and cheers from Australia. Hey, Roo.